Okay, this is one of the victims of this rape case, and she wants to speak now. What happened?
On that day.
How old are you first?
I'm 15 years old.
15 years old, okay.
I was 8 years old. This man raped me.
Okay.
Then on that day was afternoon. So my mother was not around. Even my father, they went out. So the man
Where are you
come
from?
out. I'm from Ohokobe.
Okay.
Then the man now come out and send me message that I should go and buy for him bread. And I buy it and I gave the man. The man refused to take.
When was that?
I can't remember. That is October 10th, 2015.
October 10th, okay.
So the man refused to take the bread. The man now said I should come inside and come and keep it for him. And I come inside, he now locked the door and forced me and raped me. Removed my clothes and raped me.
Did you tell anybody?
He said if I tell everybody, he will kill me and kill my parents.
So that day, you did not tell anybody?
He now reached the next day, and my mom now beat me, now see blood in my...
Did he do it again?
No.
Okay, then why do you come up now to say it, that you were raped?
It's my brother. He raped my brother too.
You raped your brother too? How old is your brother?
My brother is 9 years old.
Was he still that same year or just recently?
Just this month.
This month?
Not this month, this 2023.
2023. Okay. So what do you want?
I want the lawyer to...
You don't cry.
Let her talk.
I want the lawyer to suffer him.
Alright, this is a boy. How are you?
I'm fine.
Is that your sister?
Yes.
Okay. What happened to you? What happened to you?
I was in my house.
If you want to speak Igbo, you can speak Igbo so that you can speak well, okay?
Okay. I'm not lying. Mom, I'm doing so that I'm not one of them.
Speak up. We show quick.
Mama, some can up one of them. Okay. Manga, one of them. The man system. I bought some that we are manga. Some that are matches magazine. Lord is a Tom my baby. That didn't really fish. We fish them neck up. So, ma, even to my Mama was actually the back was there. Mama was a chama, a pick is there up.
I follow again.
I mean,
How old are you?
10 years.
10 years.
Okay. Excuse me. Let's also hear from her. How are you?
Fine.
Okay. Can you speak English or you want to speak Igbo?
Speaking boy.
Igbo, okay. Speak Igbo. What happened? Tell me your age.
I'm 14 years.
Okay. What happened and when did it happen?
16.
16. 2016. Okay. So what happened? Speak Igbo.
On that day, Morumba, and that was 2016. My father have no do accident, but that made me by accident. My God, no, I'm not help mommy with house choice. Me help child. Ma, you want to my no ya bengara. Yes, I'm gonna go to your grandnuts. You want more than yes, I'm gonna go to your grandnuts. Ma, get book on no, but don't your culture remain. Ma go to church, just number 10 side, my batting side. Now just now we read the tenel bed. Once can the tenel you watch yours. My bit of shaman one new one so miracle. I mean a man in one so well. I ain't as a miracle then. Only so you see a corner on easy chair him non Abia. Miracle wasn't been a shout, near back one do you plump panting. Maybe walk one. Then you did not sham. And all you this veggie remember ọbara na-agbachi m mọmị kpọrọ m gawa FMC amaghị m ihe dọkịta mere ya mgbe ahụ ma mọmị m so ya kpọrọ m gaa FMC mebechi akwa larụ ya mama m na nwanne m nwaanyị pụrụ ụzọ gagakwa ya mọmị m dada di m ebido sole ya nwoso ha pụtazidekwe m na-ebezi akwa ha jụọ m ka ebe m gara masị na ebe demes na ọ dịrị m ozi na-aga dadi m akpọrọ m sị mọmị m laghachi ego ga nọrọ n'ụlọ dadi m akpọrọ m gakwuru mgbe mmanya batara demes anọzi n'ụlọ dadi m esoro dekwe demes apụgo nne ya ka m hụrụ n'ụlọ then ojudu gị ka e mere na ojudu gị o were aka ntị makwasa dadi m dama ga name ya Chimezi mba but anyị si na relate ha.
Thank you.
I'm not done talking.
Okay. Okay, continue.
O ruru mgbe ahụ mmanya mmadụ adị m aka ntị ma mụ onye malọzi na-ebe akwa dadi m chọdịrị ịmakwasị dama n'aka ntị mmanya bak ma dadi m hapụ ya ka ọ gawa mebere akwa mụ na dadi m esoro ụmụ dadi m aka like 5 or 6 then mebere akwa lọta anyị agwa ya chairman na ama ngwụwo chairman before wa chairman now daman asị ka akwụ ya ihe bọta emechefu de mmanya ga-agwa ya ka ọ gbaa ọsọ then ụta ka o shi mee onye ọzọ anyị gwa tụrụ ugbu a.
Thank you. You're serious.
I like this girl's part. The woman.
Okay.
The man is a pedophile.
Okay.
He's about 63
Please,
years.
you mentioned your name first.
My name is Mrs. Nyenna Ogwelu.
Okay.
I'm the chair lady of Ohokobe Women.
Okay.
Okay, we have a pedophile in our community. He's about 63 years old, a man. His name is Mr. Chimeze Peter Awomuku. This man has been molesting our children sexually for more than 20 years. And each time he picks very indigent people that can't even, they don't even have money for transport, not to talk of going to the police. So the past executives have not really done anything about the matter. He even abused siblings, grandchildren. It's been like a terror. And once he does it and you try to do something, you'll be the first to go and call police. And the police will come and arrest you. And when they arrest you, they will, no matter what you tell them, they will make sure you are taken on bail. And nobody, in the village, nobody is ready to use the money he has to eat to go and be doing police matter. So most times when he abused children, nothing is done. Okay, so somehow in 2015, then I wasn't living in Omaya. I just relocated to Omaya, to Abia. So when I came back in 2015, I know he abused a child, a 9-year-old child by name Goodness. So the girl said she was in the house. Incidentally, they are the girl's landlords. They live in their house as tenants. So the man's mother called the little girl Goodness to come and help him in house chores. So she was there. This Mr. Chimeze now called the girl to help him buy matches. So the little girl went and bought matches. He asked the girl to bring it inside his room. According to the girl brought the matches inside his room. He locked his room, undressed her, and raped her. So the girl actually went with her very little sister. That one was outside. So while the girl was shouting, the little sister ran back home and reported the matter to the father. So when he noticed that some people were coming, he pushed the girl out, gave her 30 naira. The little girl went and used the 30 naira and bought biscuit and cried home. The father asked her, she reported the matter to the father. So the father said he took the girl back to Mr. Peter. When he got there, the man started shouting at them. So the father reported to the man's younger brother, who is our chairman now. The younger brother said he was tired of the matter.
Do you know the name of the chairman?
Yeah, Mr. Ndokwa Womoku. So the younger brother said he was tired of the matter. They should go and report to their mother. The man, Mr. Nomele, went and reported the case to the man's mother. The woman started slapping him. This man is an old man. The man is above 60 years at the time this thing happened. Started slapping him. Slapped him and slapped the daughter. Kept slapping them, and there was a fight erupted. The man left. The man said he reported the matter to the community. But at that time, the community was in a problem with the said Chimeze. They had a land problem with him. So I guess they called him. He didn't come. Somehow the matter died. In 2015 again, he raped another girl, Adugu. He raped the girl. The girl's mother was giving her a bath in the night and noticed blood stains in her pants. And started asking her. She confessed that.
What's the age of that person?
9.
9 too.
She confessed that Mr. Chimeze.
This 9 as at 2015.
Yes, Mr. Chimeze raped her. They asked her to buy something. She brought the same thing. She brought her inside, locked the door, undressed her, and raped her. So that particular matter went to the police, Ehimiri police station. So when they got to Ehimiri police station, I think the Chimeze got some people to influence the police. The family rallied round and asked them to go and settle out of the courts. The Chimeze offered to give them Adugo's father 40,000 naira, something like that. And the police now told the Adugo's father that it's not their matter, that they should take it to women affair. By then, Chimeze had made a confessional statement. He had accepted that he raped the girl. They took the girl to Amacha hospital, where they got her treated, and they gave them a hospital report. So the man said when he came back, he didn't know where women affair was and how to go about it. So he didn't go. Later, the family of Chimeze, the sister, brought 10,000 naira to them. And the man refused and said they promised him 40,000, not 10,000. And that was how they never came back. They never gave him the money, and the matter died. So he has been raping girls. Some of them, they rape them, they don't speak up. Some of them, you hear it when you ask their parents, they say that they don't want to go to police. He uses the police to intimidate people. So in 2021, I emerged as the cheerleader. When I became the cheerleader of the community, I know I went to the Chimeze's mother and I warned her, told her to tell Chimeze never.
To tell the 60-year-old man?
Yes, never, because I didn't want to encounter him. I said to the mother, because the mother supports him. Whenever this matter comes up, the mother uses her influence to talk to people, start begging. She will fake she's sick. She will be admitted in the hospital, all those things. So I went to her. Unfortunately, they are we're almost from the same compound. They can't marry me. They can't marry my children. And most of these girls he rapes are people he can't even marry. So he's innocent. So I told the mother to help me go tell him not to molest any child again. That if he does it again, I will take the matter up. I also went to his sister, who is also married in that village, and told her. So the mother told me I should go and tell him myself. I told the mother that he's a curse, that the village placed a curse on him. I told the mother I will not go to tell him. That he's like a husband, my husband's senior brother, and I don't want to encounter him, that the mother should go and warn him. So we went. He started doing it, but I was waiting to see if I can get him red-handed. At some point around November last year, a little boy came and told me that he raped him.
A boy?
Yes. One boy we call Chuchu Ikechi. This Chuchu is the same parents with that Adugo. They are the same parents. The boy came and told me that he raped him. I said, how? In fact, they were discussing it amongst themselves, children, that they Chimeze, Jara, Chuchu.
Please, interpret it in English.
That Chimeze raped Chuchu or slept with Chuchu. And the boy is a boy. So when I heard the story, I had to invite the boy to my house. And I asked him. He said yes, that Dechimeze asked him to go and buy, I can't remember something, I can't remember what, to go and buy something. He bought it, came, he asked him to bring it inside the house. He entered the room, he locked the room, undressed him, pushed him into the bed, turned him face down. That was what the boy told me. Turned him face down and held him and started pressing his breast and used his penis to be putting inside his anus. I asked the boy, did you tell your mother this thing? The boy said no. That he told him that if he tell the mother, he will kill the parents, kill him and kill himself. I said okay. I now told him to go. I asked him, do you know of any other person he has done this thing to? This boy mentioned about 4 other boys. And they are all within the age of 7, 10. One of the boys he mentioned is actually a grandchild in that family, in the same man's family. So I told the boy to go. The next day, I saw the boy he mentioned, that particular boy, Chukuka. I called him, he came. I was coming back from the market, so I asked him to carry my bag. He carried my bag inside the house, and I called him. He came, I sat him down, and I asked him. The boy said that he called him into the room and removed his dress and molested him. And I asked him, did you tell anybody? He said he told their grandmother, that's the man's mother. I said, what did he say? He said he should not tell anybody. I said, okay. At that point, I got very angry because it has now become a case of we are raping the girls, we are raping the boys. It's not a case of incest, pedophile, and you are also a homosexual, a man of 64 years. So I got angry. I now started talking about it. When I started talking about it, so many things started coming up. It became clear to me that this man has really molested so many young boys. And in return, these young boys are now doing the same thing. They are now turning them to homosexual. So within that circle of when they are playing, you hear this person touch this person's totore. You hear this person touch this person's totore. You hear this person put finger inside this person's vagina. And these are little children of about 7 to 10 years. There is a case of a little boy that's about 9 years that went and fingered twin girls of below 2 years. And when we called him and asked him, he said it was the man that taught him how to do it. So it became a problem in the community. So I had to summon the women. And we discussed it in a meeting twice. And they asked us they said we should involve our husbands. So we called a general meeting where the men were there, the youths were there. So I brought up the matter and I asked them what they wanted. They said we should take up the case to any extent that the man should leave the community. So first of all, they said we should do the traditional thing, which is women singing to his house. And we should get him. For that day, what the men said that we should go and pack his things out of the village to the village square. So the women went there. It's our tradition. When we got there, he ran. We didn't see him. And the women wanted to break his house. Meanwhile, this man has a house. He's the first son of the family. But he went to the bush inside one farm and built a plank house. And that is where he stays to do these things. A plank house inside the bush. And that bush, before you get there, there's no way, even if they kill you there, nobody will know. He will just from his compound, you can access it from their house, just a nearby farm. That's where he stays most times to do that thing. So even when the children are shouting, nobody would hear it. Nobody will hear it. So he continued doing that. So that day we went there, he ran. So when he ran, the women just used knife and cut the branches of banana thing that clustered there just to make a pathway so that people can walk through that place. The next thing we saw is that after that incident, he ran. The next time I came back from work, a few days after that, came back from work, the police from CPS came to my house with an invitation, and he came and identified me in my parlor that I sent kidnappers to come and kidnap him. That the police should come and ask me why I'm looking for him. So when they invited me, I told them the day I will come. and I rallied the women too. And we all, about more than 60 women, we went to the police station with our black hats. So when we got there, the first police people that came addressed us. They asked us what happened. We told them because we had our black hats protesting. They said we should go to Women Affairs. But the IPO that had the case insisted that we should come in and that I should come in alone, that the women would not come in. At the end of the day, they allowed 3 of us to come in with the chairman and 2 men. But when we got there, the I don't know whether it's DP or whatever they call him, the man in charge of the case, they took us upstairs. He asked me why we were looking for him. I told the man what happened, all this thing I'm saying. And the man said, that is not what they're asking me. Why should I tell women to go to his house and go and molest him? That I should have reported the matter to the police. I told the man that I have already reported the matter to the Women Affairs, and it's a government agency in charge of such cases. That is where we need it.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please, let's know your name.
I am Onechi Joy also.
Okay.
The acting coordinator for Child Protection Network in Abia State.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So today you are in court. What exactly is the issue?
Well, we got a call last week from the Ministry of Women Affairs notifying me particularly of a case of a man who, I don't even know what to call him, he's a pedophile who is busy. From the report we got, he has dealt with children, and one peculiar thing about his case is he deals with male as well as female children. So, and we are told that the case is coming to court today, so I have to mobilize some of my members as the arm that takes charge of child protection in the state. We have to be here on behalf of the Commissioner for Women Affairs to monitor, to first to see that the children are safe as they brought them in, that they take them into the courts, that the rights of the children will be observed and they will not be exposed inappropriately, and to also know how far the case is going to go. And for sure, we are going to follow it to the last to show that the children get justice and the man faces what is due him.
Okay, at what point did you people now convince that this man should be tried in court?
Well, not even like I said, it was just last week Thursday that I got the call. The Ministry of Women Affairs has been handling the case. The person that I will give a kudos to is the chairperson of the community, the female leader, because from what the children have said, this thing have been happening over the years, and there have been previous leaders. But every day for the thief, one day for the owner. This woman came out and it's her tenure, and she actually thinks you have to bring an end to this. So she's the one that takes, if a woman should take a glory, this is to her, because she's the one standing, calling everybody. She called us, though she was the one that went to the ministry, and the ministry now called us in. And of course, even if you're just an attempt, it happened. Every case like this should come to court. Not when we are not talking about numbers of children numbering up to 50. So definitely it has to come to court, because by the child's right law, by the constitution, a child is anybody below the age, any human being below the age of 18, and no adult, nobody should have any sexual encounter. It doesn't matter whether there was a penetration or not. Just even mere touching the child is an offense, and this person has to come to the court and face the law of the land. So right now we have a multiple it's just so much, so we have to be in the court, and the court have to actually do justice to this case. That's what we're expecting.
Okay, I have 2 questions now. One, what is the protection of these children now?
Yes, you saw when I came in, I saw the way they're standing everywhere. I had to move them to put them, because in the right sense of it, they weren't supposed to be here like this. They're not supposed to be seen by everybody. We're supposed to protect them. So when we are done here, they were brought in by their community people. And unfortunately, that usually happens in the communities. Despite our sensitizations, when these things happen, the communities do their own way of announcing it to the community. Everybody is already aware. But when we follow the read process, it is only those who have 1 or 2 things to do with the case that should know about it. So right now, everybody already knows about it. So we are going to liaise with the community people, and we're going to go back to the Commissioner of Women, Ministry of Women Affairs, to know what we're going to do for the children, because I bet you, I know one thing for sure, that man is not going to go back to that community. So I don't expect him to be a further threat on the children. He's not going to go back, but especially the law. But then, because of the trauma, where many of us handle trauma cases, these children need some psychological support. We are going to be able to give that to them. But we have to, like I say, it's a community case, as much as it's a case, the state versus the the perpetrator. So we now have to liaise with the community to know how we have to support the children.
Okay. At this point now, do you people know the number of children this man has defiled, or has anybody?
The child protection network does not know. The community knows. From the reports sent to me by the chairlady, the chairlady of the community, she's saying he has defiled up to 50 children since sometime in the 90s till date. And the problem is that the people have been so scared of him. And yes, he threatens them. And for the children, it's normal. That's what we see with people who abuse children. They'll just tell them, if you tell someone you die, or will kill your parents. And that's why many of us go out from time to time to schools, to communities, to sensitize parents, sensitize children, speak to children, and tell them they're not going to die. Because all they do is to make, they buy them, guided yes, it's still fear. Silence is the best gift, is the best thing you can give to pedophiles or any abuse, even if it's a co-rapist raping an adult. Once the person does not speak out, the person it just goes, and the person keeps doing it. So that is it. We don't. It's the community will tell us the number. The chair lady has the data to a reasonable extent. So we are going to be working with her.
Have you conducted any medical examination on this one so far?
No, we haven't. I got this call on Thursday, all right, and the police, but I should ask, I hope that the last person who was reportedly, depending on the time he was sent, because when a rape happens, the medical examination is better done within the first 72 hours, so that the person will get the appropriate medical support. So I wouldn't know the time at which the community reported. If they are reported at the appropriate time, of course the police, that is the work of the police. But if we are called in at the point the case was reported to the police, we would have worked with the police. So we moved to the police clinic with their pro forma. The doctor there will have listed everything and will now check, how far is the body of this child, what has happened. Then now it's only the police that will tell us this from their own profile. I believe they have done it for them to be bringing this victim to this perpetrator to the courts, because this is one of the documents that should be in the case file.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me meet that chair lady so that I can find